morning everyone, this is Parveen. Today we are on our last session of class 10 civics chapter 2 federalism. Till now in our different sessions or different videos we have seen meaning of federalism, features of federalism and how India practiced federalism successfully and why we call India as a federal state. I hope you have understand all the sessions and all the videos related with this particular chapter. Now, in the last session of this particular chapter, we are going to learn about decentralization in India. Now, what do we mean by decentralization? See, now when we have seen about the federalism, we have seen that in America or in Belgium or in different other democratic countries or different other federal countries, they have two sets of government or two levels of government. They have divided their power. There is a division of power between two levels of government, that is central government or state government. But in India or India as a federal country, India divides its power or India practice federalism or India divides its power between three levels of government. We have divided, or Indian constitution had divided the power between three different levels of government. We have seen that is central government, state government and local government. Central government is on center, who is responsible for the whole nation. State government for each state, because each state is having different kinds of people or different kinds of requirements and political needs. So to fulfill those needs, we are having state government for each state. And thirdly, we are having local government. That local government is having a responsibility to solve the problem of local areas, because for central government and for state government, it is not possible to understand the problem of local areas. It is not possible for them to reach out in the local areas. That is why to solve the political problems of local areas or to take decisions in the matter of local areas, there is a local government. And central government and state government has no power on local government. Local government has its own power, but state government has some control over local government. But local government, you can say, enjoys its own independent status in each area, in each district. According to district, we are having different kinds of local government in rural areas or in urban areas. Now we will see that afterwards. Now first we will understand what do we mean by decentralization. Decentralization means when power is taken away from central and state government and it is given to local government is called as decentralization. So what is decentralization? Decentralization means when the power is taken away from that area. We are talking about one district. When central and state government has no power on that district is controlled by local government, and that district or local area is run by local government is called as decentralization of power. That means power has been divided into small different districts, small different local areas, which is called as decentralization, which means we have divided the power in a very specific manner. We have our Indian constitution has divided the power into a very specific manner. In each local area they are having a separate government, they are having a separate local government, which is called as decentralization of power. And in that local area, state and central government has no power. They can control the local government, but they cannot control over that particular area, that particular district or that particular local area, because in that local area there is a local government who has a right or a power to take decisions in the matter of those local areas. So we can say that decentralization means when power is taken away from central and state government and it has been given to local government in local areas, in small areas, in small towns or villages, it is called as decentralization. Because each state contains many small districts, each state contains many small local areas, many small towns, many cities, and those cities and towns, they need someone, they need some political group or political body to taken care of them. That is why local government has been established, so that local government can understand the problem of local people. So we can say that when central government and state government gives its power to local government for local areas, it is called as decentralization. Now, why there is a need of decentralization? When we say that state government and central government has given their power to local government to conduct or to run local areas, why they are doing so? Why we are having decentralization of power in India? Because see, in local areas we are having many local issues. Many small issues are there, like water, health, roads, transportation. All these small problems are there in local areas. Now, these small problems cannot be discussed in parliament. Those small problems cannot be discussed in state government, because central government and state government, they make laws for the whole country. They make laws for the state, each state. So they have different matters of jurisdiction. They have different issues to resolve. So the local problems or local issues cannot be solved by central government and state government. That is why local government is compulsory to understand the local issues, to understand the local problems of the local government, to understand the local issues of the local people who stays in that particular area. Like, let's take an example. There is one particular area where they are having a problem of electricity, where they are having a problem of water. Now, these problems cannot be solved by central government. These problems, the people cannot complain to central government in parliament for these small matters. That is why local government is there. That is why local government is compulsory, so that local government can understand the local issues of the local people or local places. It can be best settled by local level. See, in local level, when we talk about the local government, local people are there who stays over there in that particular area. They contest in the election and they make local government. So as they stay in that particular area, they know the local condition, local issues of that particular area, like Nagar Sevak. When we talk about Nagar Sevak or corporator of the particular area, as when elections of local government has been conducted, people who stays in that same provinces, people who stays in that same district or same local area, they are allowed to take part in the elections of that particular area. So as they live in that area, they know about the local issues, local problems and local condition of that particular area. So it is easy for them to settle down those problems on local level, because they know each and everything in local areas, because they are also the local people who stays over there and best knowledge of local areas and their problems. Local government, as it stays in that particular area or in that local area, they exactly have a definite knowledge of the problems and issues in that particular local area, and they can easily solve those issues, because they are having that their work is that their responsibility, local government's responsibility is that only, that they need to take care of the problems and issues in the local area. So as the local government, they can understand the local issues, they can understand the local problems, and it can be settled by them very easily. So that is why we can say that decentralization is very important. Establishment of local government is very important to solve the smallest issues of each particular part of a country, because each particular part of a country or its people are very important for the nation. So that is why decentralization is very much needed. Now when we talk about decentralization, it has been started in 1992 in India. When in 1947, when there is a division of power or federalism in India, we are having two sets of government or two levels of government, that is state government and central government. But in 1992, our constitutional makers of government feels that there should be a local government to understand the problems of local areas. That is why in 1992 there is an establishment of local government or decentralization in India. Now when in 1992 there is a decentralization, there are different steps which has been taken by the constitution or by the government to establish the local government. Now we will see what are those steps which is taken in 1992 towards decentralization. First one is, it is constitutionally mandatory to hold an elections regularly on local level. On local level, constitution makes it compulsory or mandatory to conduct regular elections in local level to select or to choose local local government. So elections, regular elections are mandatory after every 2 years. See, when we are talking about the general elections or state elections, after every 5 years once we are having a general election. But when we talk about the local government, after every 2 years we have an elections in local level. So there is a according to the constitution, it becomes mandatory or compulsory to have regular local elections which has been conducted after every 2 years. After every 2 years we are having elections in local level to elect our local government, to elect our corporators or nagar sevaks, and combined together they make local government. Now when we talk about local government, seats have been reserved for SC, ST and women. All the backward classes people and women, seats have been reserved. Like in general elections, seats have been reserved for SC, ST, scheduled caste, scheduled tribe and women. In the same way over here in local areas also, or in local government also, when elections are held, seats have been reserved for scheduled caste, scheduled tribe and women. On that seat or on that provinces, only these candidates can contest in election. Next one-third of positions reserved for women. In local elections or local government, 1/3 of seats have been reserved for women. On that seat, only women can contest in elections. Then individual state election commission in each state for local government. See, we are having a state, we are having a central election commission which helps election on national level. General elections, they held general elections, but when we talk about local government, state election commission. For each state we are having state election commission, and that state election commission is having a right or is having a power to make or to hold elections in local areas or for local government. That is local elections or local government elections cannot be conducted on central level. It has been conducted on state level. That is why State Election Commission is having a power to control that election. Next one, state government share some power and revenue with the local government. See, as we say that each local area is in each state. One state contains many local areas, many districts. So it is a duty of the state, or it is a duty of the state government to share some power. State government shares certain power with the local government, like in the matter of education, health. Each district shares power with the state government because it is the local problem in local areas. So they need to share the power with the state government. Whenever they wanted to take any decision, they can take the help of state government, and it is a duty of state government to help the local government. Or financially also, it is a duty of state government to share some revenue or certain state revenue with the local government, so that local government can use that revenue in the welfare of local areas or to solve the problem of local areas. That is why each local government in each district or in each local level has certain fixed amount of revenue for 2 years which has been given by state government, so that in that 2 years of their power, they can solve all the issues and problems with that financial help with the state government. So these are the steps which has been taken in 1992 to promote decentralization in India. Now, when we talk about decentralization in India or local government, we are having 2 levels of local government, or local government can be divided between 2. Because each state or each district has rural areas as well as urban areas. That is why for rural areas we are having separate local government, and for urban areas we are having separate local government. When we talk about rural areas, local government in rural areas are called as Panchayati Raj system. In urban areas, local government is known as municipal corporations. Now, when we talk about rural local government or Panchayati Raj system can be divided into Panchayat Samiti or Zilla Parishad. Panchayat Samiti means there are different Gram Panchayats in different village area. Now these Gram Panchayats group together make one Panchayat Samiti, and this Panchayat Samiti of each district, when they come together, it makes Zilla Parishad for one district. See, there is a small villages in one district. Now these small villages are having Gram Panchayat. Now these Gram Panchayat, when they come together, it makes Panchayat Samiti for the one group of village. Now these different group of villages, when they come together, they make Zilla Parishad for one district. And the leader of Zilla Parishad or the chairman of the Zilla Parishad is the leader of Panchayati Raj system. You can say Sarpanch. He is the leader of Panchayati Raj system. Chairman of the Zilla Parishad, because Zilla Parishad consists of all the Panchayati Raj system, all the Panchayat Samiti, which is there in the district, which is there in the different villages of district. So this is all about the Panchayati Raj system in rural areas. Now when we talk about urban areas, for small towns and cities, we are having municipal corporations and we are having different Nagar Sevaks and different corporators for each towns and for each cities. Cities or towns has been divided between different wards. And in those wards, we are having Nagar Sevaks and corporators who solve the local issues of that particular areas. And head of the municipal corporation is mayor. The leader of the municipal corporation is called as mayor. Till now, decentralization of power in India has been very successful or continuously gaining success in India, because they are very successful to solve the problem in local areas, in rural areas and in small cities and towns in different states. So over here, I hope you have understand this particular topic of decentralization in India. With this, I have completed with this particular chapter. If you are having any doubt, you can ask me in the comment. Till then, thank you.